Welcome back to Peaches Teaches, part 2 of our 5-part cultural cuisine experience. Today we are going to be doing part 2 of 5, which is an Italian dish, which I mentioned last episode. And this is an Italian dish that I'm pretty sure everybody has eaten, and I'm pretty sure everybody likes some form of it in some way. So today we are going to be making homemade pizza with dough from scratch. As much as I want to make tomato sauce from scratch, I did not have enough tomatoes at the time because it is not tomato seasoned. So I'm going to be using ragu sauce because it is the most basic sauce, no offense, that to the people at Ragu, it is the sauce that you could add the most flavor to yourself and make your own the easiest. So I'm just going to be going with that until hopefully after the summer, I'll have enough tomatoes in order to make sauce. And that would be a really fun Peaches Teaches to film. The best I could do was a white shirt. I am wearing an apron, but we are not going to get anything on the shirt. Take a shot every time I do. It is 2:50 in the afternoon, so let's hope I don't get nothing on it, so I don't, So, this is my Italian flag look. White shirt, red eyes, and green lips. And I had to go with some curly black hair. So before anything, let's go wash our hands because I was touching my hair some. And always wash your hands before you cook. Gosh, I lose track of how many times I wash my hands just when I'm cooking. Let's tuck that out of the way. Let's just get that bang out of the way. I'm gonna 1 1/4 cups of warm water, a package of dry, active yeast, 1 teaspoon of sugar divided. 1 1/4 cups, oh my gosh, 1 1/4 cups, 1 1/4 cups of, 1 1/4 cups of warm water, 1 package of dry active yeast, 2 teaspoons of sugar divided, 3 1/2 to 4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of basil, and a 1/3 cup of vegetable oil or olive oil. Hope I read through all that stuff good. Let's just hope. And before we get started, let me just say I can feel this eyelash and it is not right. I'm not sure how it looks, but it is a real struggle when one of your eyes is half the size of the fucking other one, okay, people? Especially when that's the side that the bang is on, and it like snagged the lash so many times. So we're just gonna look how we look today. But I feel pretty, so. In a small bowl, mix together your 1 1/4 cup of warm water, 1 of the teaspoons of salt, 1 of the teaspoons of sugar, and a package of your yeast. This eyelash is driving me crazy. I can just feel it just there, like, limp. Connected together. Did I put the sugar in there? Yes. And then you whisk that together. So just whisk it until it's well whisked together. I'm definitely going to be making more Italian dishes in the future. Italian really is the main culture I grew up with. So I know how to do a lot of Italian cooking. I was going to make homemade pasta, but we could save that for another time. Maybe we'll make it like gnocchi or something, which is like a potato pasta. So we now have our mixture of water, yeast, and sugar mixed together. You're going to set that to the side and let bubbles form completely on the top. So now in a large bowl, you're going to add 3 cups of your flour, the rest of your sugar, which is just 1 teaspoon, and that's if desired, and I desire, and a teaspoon of your herbs. So in here we have 3 cups of flour, a teaspoon of sugar, and a teaspoon of basil. 1 teaspoon of salt. and then whisk that together. Make sure you mix it well because some of the ingredients are all the same color, so we want to make sure that we get it mixed evenly. So we have our dry ingredients mixed together. So now is the fun part. As a last precaution, let's move everything out of the way for now. I'm going to put my hair behind my back. Go wash your hands. You want to create, see how good you can see that, a well within your dough. I have no idea how long this is going to take to get the bubbles to rise on the yeast. So let's move our dry mixture to the side and get out a little saucer and your pasta. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to have this on camera. Almost fucking headbutted myself with it. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to have the name, like the stuff on there, so on camera. So we are going to take that face though. I could feel it. Because I made the face, but you're going to add some of this white Becky sauce. A cup. You'll just need a cup of sauce. You can put a lid on your jar and just store this in your fridge or your cellar. I just wanted to say cellar. So yeah. So here's your sauce. We are going to doctor it up a little bit before we throw it on the fire to heat it up on a low setting because I have a feeling this is going to take a while. Chicken parm would have been easy. Season the sauce. Yeah. We're seasoning the sauce. Getting the season. Yeah. Okay, so oops. You ever just get comfortable and forget something's going on? Let's but we are going to want to do, we don't want to make it too strong, so we are going to do a 4th teaspoon of garlic powder. Oh, let's bring this on cam. On cam. Garlic powder. And I'm gonna wipe this off if it bothers you guys that I'm like dipping into the other seasoning. Some salt. We're all doing a 4th teaspoon on this. Some pepper. And a 4th teaspoon of basil. And let's see, is that everything? Oh. I always saw my dad do this growing up. So we're going to do it, but we're not going to do it like he did it. Because he had probably been doing it for 20 years the first time I saw him do it. So I'm putting in let's do 2 4th teaspoons of sugar because sugar is usually added to pizza sauce. So what you want to do is go put your seasonings away. Go put this on your stove on a low to warm setting and give it a good stir, and you could throw a lid on it and just let that warm up. So here we have our ragu sauce with our seasonings to doctor it up more. And we are going to put that on, can you see that? A very low warm setting. That's the lowest my stove will go at the moment. And then we're going to stir. And then throw a lid on it. This is the best time to be working for. This is the This is the best time to be working. I don't even know. This is the worst time to be working with yeast for the first time because I don't know if it's fully formed, but it looks completely different than when I first used it. So we are going to now add the wet ingredients into that little well we made that I showed you on the stove. I missed the well completely. I hope that, I hope that doesn't matter. So now get a spoon and stir that until it is well combined. So far so good. I'm sorry if the camera's wobbling. Oh my god, that was scary. Okay, that really scared me. So now, make sure you are regularly stirring your sauce. I'm so flustered. Make sure you are regularly stirring your sauce on the stove so it doesn't burn. And that all had happened because I'm using a Lysol wipe thing to hold up the camera right now. What really happened was some crazy person came in here, pushed the camera pushed the camera over. So I'm so flustered and scared still. He came in, he pushed the camera over, and I had to fight him out. And it was insane. I have no idea how he got in here. The door must have been open or something. Okay, so now this, remember how I said the fun part and it was like, it's been 10 minutes since then? This is the fun part. Go wash your hands and start mixing it with your hands. Yeah, we are. Okay, so remember how I said that you're gonna need like up to 4 cups of flour? Well, that's because you are going to occasionally be adding flour as you need it to make this dough a good consistency. Not too gummy, but not too dry. So be careful with how much you're adding. We just want to form a nice, tight dough ball. Scratch that, not tight. A soft looking dough ball. Okay, turn your sauce down super mega low. The reason why we're cooking the sauce in the first place, because even though it's going in the oven, is because I want to cook the flavors into the sauce. I just decided now the sauce has cooked enough, so I'm going to turn it. It smells beautiful, and you can taste it as you cook it. Make sure it's not too hot when you taste it, and add more seasonings as you please. So what we're going to do is now sprinkle. So you're just going to knead this for 6 to 8 minutes or until it is a smooth and elasticy consistency. And you can add more flour to your table as you need it. And I cleaned off my table before I started working on it. Years of Play-Doh use has trained me for this, you know what I'm saying? So here's our dough ball. My name in prison. And what we are going to do is, I have this whole thing of olive oil. I don't even think I need this one. Let me get the one I need. Once this is empty, we're gonna put this in here, or try to at least, so. Maybe I'll do that on camera. So what we are going to do is to add a scotch of olive oil into there. About 3 to 4 tablespoons. And add your dough ball. And now flip it over. So we just want enough olive oil to be able to cover all of our dough. Cover it and sit it in front of the oven. Your oven should have been preheated by now. I'm a fucking idiot. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees. And go sit your dough in front of it. Okay, I will be back in 30 minutes after our dough has risen to finish making this pizza and get this bitch in the oven, okay? I'm so excited because I actually get to charge my camera in this time. I'm not sure how well you can see me, but that's fine because we are now here to roll out our dough and form it into a pizza. So you're going to want to sprinkle a surface with some flour. Remember to have washed your hands before you get your dough. We are now going to roll our dough out. And it is up to you to decide how thin you want your crust. This wobbly ass table. This is my favorite part. Okay, so here is our pizza dough all flattened out. Now we are going to put it on top of our pan that I sprayed with spray just in case this sticks. So here I have my pan. It has holes in it so that the dough can get a little crispy crunchy the way I like it. And it is actually smaller than our dough, which is crazy because this is a larger than normal pizza pan. Okay, so this is a lot bigger than I thought. This pizza is huge. Oh my gosh. This is a lot of dough. Ta-da! Now we did have a little bit of extra dough. I hate throwing out anything. So I think it would be cool to split this down the middle and then do like a braid, and then it could be like some sort of breadstick, so. Fuck. Never mind. I'm just gonna use this little piece to fill in. Don't play with your food. Now before we put any toppings on our pizza, you're gonna wanna get a fork and go around and poke the dough. Because I'm pretty sure this won't happen because I have a pan with holes in the bottom. But if you're using a normal pizza dish, there is a chance that you will get a big bubble in your pizza. And it actually happens I was gonna say classy restaurants, but I don't think Little Caesars is classy. But it happens at places like Pizza Hut, Papa John's, Little Caesars. So there's a chance it could happen to you. So now we're gonna start our toppings. Now, the traditional Italiano pizza pie is just marinara, basil, and mozzarella to represent the Italian flag. Today we are going to be putting on some pepperoni too, because Mama loves pepperoni, and I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about actual Mama, and I love a good pepperoni too, so we're going to be doing that. So we have our basil in our dough, and we also have some in our sauce. So what we're going to do is drizzle a scotch of olive oil onto the pizza and then use a brush to spread it across. If you want to, you could get garlic or onion powder and do a light dusting on the crust if you want a seasoned crust. The first place I've ever had a seasoned crust was Marco's, and Marco's is a classy fucking pizza place. And the one that is up in Girard will actually bring you a movie from the video store, but I actually think they're all shut down now. Maybe just the one in my town. I'm actually really excited for what I have here is a ball of mozzarella cheese. Best by May 17th, 2020. So you know this shit is still good. It says inspiration from Italy. It's not actually from Italy, but they put it on the package, the flag. So we are going to start by slicing some pieces of mozzarella. Now this is a very soft cheese, so be careful with it. Sweetie, me, mozzarella ball and a pack of crackers, that's what I call a good night. Maybe throw some wine in there and some painting. Okay, so I want to do little triangles, or I guess that's a square, of the mozzarella. Not too thick because this is going to melt out. My dog's at the door. I don't want her to bark at me. I have to hurry. Okay. So we got our final triangles of mozzarella. Let me let my dog in. I'm going to keep me speaking gibberish in. So we have all of our mozzarella here. Let's start with, so this is the mozzarella we're using, and we have some sprinkle mozzarella too. Spoon some sauce onto your pizza. And then use the back of your spoon to spread the sauce thoroughly over your pizza. So here we go. Here is our sauce on our pizza. Now, let's put on this mozzarella that we diced. Well, not diced, but cut up into triangles. Some pieces weren't triangles because it was a weird shaped ball of mozzarella, but there. So now, let's put on our pepperoni. Oh. Hi.
Are you taking?
Yeah. Right there. So cover the top of your pizza with your pepperoni and then your mozzarella that you diced up into your triangles. And we are going to finish it off before we put it in the oven with some shredded some grated and shredded mozzarella cheese. This is going to be a one cheesy pizza. Okay, so we have everything on top of our pizza, and our oven has been preheated to 400. There is not a specific time on how long to cook this, so we are going to do it in 10-minute sections until it's done. Okay, it took our pizza 25 minutes to bake in the oven, and here it is. Delicious looking. So now we are going to cut into this and taste it. I have to use a normal knife for this because I have gone through 2 or 3 pizza cutters now. I'm just really hard on them, I guess. So my camera fell and part of it came off the front, but it's still working, so we're just gonna keep going like nothing happened. It is the pain in the ass to cut a pizza with a normal kitchen knife. They have Chicago style, New York style, California style, and then here we have orchard style. Get it? Because peaches come from orchards. We have cut ourselves a slice of our pizza. So now we are going to taste it. Okay. Homemade dough with yeast. So we actually put work into this. I don't even have words, like, wow. I could just sit here and eat this and not even talk about it. This pizza came out really fucking perfect. I've said this a lot lately, but this is like the best pizza I've made so far, and this is the best dough I've made, and I think it has to do with the fact that I actually used yeast, whereas usually I just try to get around that because that's not an ingredient that I usually have. But I suggest always using yeast when making dough for your pizza. I love how the mozzarella melted on the pizza, and it's not all over, so as you're eating it, it's still cheesy from the sprinkle cheese, but then you get these spots of mozzarella that are extra creamy. And the dough, the dough has a perfect amount of crunch to it. And this pizza is 5 out of 5 peaches. You guys definitely need to try this at home because, gosh, this was a fucking good ass pizza. I hope you all enjoyed this video, learned something new. I want to come back for another video. Next week is part 3 of 5 of our Peaches Teaches Cultural Cuisine Experience. I have to add as many words to that as possible. And we are going to be doing my interpretation of Middle Eastern food, which is going to be kebabs with hummus, because I like dipping stuff in hummus, like vegetables and chicken, and more than just like crackers and stuff, which I know a lot of people usually use. So we're going to be doing that. So thanks for watching. Bye.